सकते हैं. It will not be a lecture, so you can ask. It's a conversation mode presentation. You can at any moment you can ask question without but considering the flow of the lecture. This is an overview of our presentation. Introduction to Bharata Vidya Prayojana, BVP division of IGNCA. Bharata Vidya. What is Bharata Vidya? I have to explain the word Bharata Vidya and again Indian knowledge systems or Indian knowledge tradition. This site, you might be familiar with this site, Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts. If you go through this site, we will see different divisions. It starts with Sutradhara, Kalanidhi, Kala Kosha, Janapada Sampada, Kala Darshana. Kalanidhi is a library, Kala Kosha is a wing dedicated to research, and Janapada Sampada is dedicated to folklore, art, and Kala Darshana is meant for presenting art in front of mass people, like presenting art festival and all other things. Other divisions also there, but and you can search the site and you will get many research articles, many books, and even manuscripts. You may be aware of Kalanidhi. I think you have introduced to Kalanidhi division, so it is not a problem. Now I will introduce Bharata Vidya Prayojana Vibhag. There is a small correction in our schedule. It is circulated schedule. It is mentioned that Bharatiya Vidya Pariyojana, but it is not Bharatiya Vidya, it is Bharata Vidya Prayojana. Bharata Vidya means knowledge which related to Bharat. Bharat means India. And Prayojana means esteemed project or any scheme. Okay, presently it was a project, now it is working as a division, so there is a typo I have cleared. This is the actual spelling or actual pronunciation, Bharata Vidya Prayojana. Okay. This division deals with dedicated to the understanding, conservation and recontextualization of Indian art, culture and studies. Its key objectives and initiatives include holistic approach to Indian studies, academic engagement, research and institutional studies, bringing classical and contemporary knowledge, global outreach. I am not going each and every topic. This is the structure of our division. Again, we are dealing with these projects. One project also we have completed, Tulasidasa, Ramacharita Manasa of Tulasidasa. Now we are working on another project which is also UNESCO project on Ramayana, and the second project is Bharatiya Lipi Prabodhini. Bharatiya Lipi Prabodhini is related with paleography and preparing study materials for learning scripts starting from Brahmi, Sharada, already mentioned by Professor Virendra Bangru sir, different scripts which available in this country. And also we are working on descriptive book writing project on new parliament artwork, and also we are working on Saraswati Sindhu civilization, which is known as Indus Valley civilization. Okay. We have already documented 2 projects, namely by Dr. Kalyanaraman and other by Dr. Karuna Shankar Shukla, decipherment of Indus script, a new approach, and research work done by Professor Dr. S. Kalyanaraman sir. These are some of the projects I have mentioned. Now I will directly jump to the second part, Indian knowledge, tradition and overview. Is there any doubt? You can ask now. जा सकते हैं, आगे जा सकते हैं. Bharata as a nation has been praised by philosophers, linguists, historians, and scientists like Max Muller, Mark Twain, H.G. Wells, Albert Einstein, etc. For instance, British historian Arnold Joseph Toynbee says, it is already becoming clear that a chapter which had a Western beginning will have to have an Indian ending if it is not to end in the self-destruction of the human race. At this supremely dangerous moment in history, the only way of salvation for mankind is the Indian way. Okay, then a question arises: what is Indian way? Is it related to a particular geographical part? It arises a question. आकांक्षा उत्पन्न होती है ना? So I have to clear what is Indian way. Yes, there are noble thoughts which arise from this nation, because Mark Twain says India is the cradle of human space, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the mother of grandmother of legend, and the great grandmother of tradition. Because traditions influenced by Indian culture, and these are some of the personalities which I am quoting. I am not quoting all the historical persons. H.G. Wells says the history of India for many centuries, the history of a people overwhelming, absorbed in the search of ultimate truth. अल्टीमेट यानी आत्यंतिक सत्य को ढूंढने की जो प्रथा में चलने वालों का एक देश रहा है। यहाँ पर अनेक लोग आए हैं। यहाँ पर हम जान सकते हैं बहुत सारे प्राचीन विश्वविद्यालय का अवशेष हम देख सकते हैं। शायद आप लोग गए भी होंगे। नालंदा, तक्षशिला, विक्रमशिला, these are the old universities which influenced other part of our nation. Max Muller says, if I were asked under what sky the human mind has most fully developed some of its choicest gift, has most deeply pondered on the greatest problems of life and has found solution, I should point to India. He also direct towards Panini, the linguist Panini. It is related with Panini. You may be aware of Panini is a grammarian who wrote a text called Ashtadhyayi. Okay, in 4000 Sutra, he deals with most of the 90% aspects of language. What is a language? In a sutra form. Sutra means aphorisms. Okay?
And Europe talks about the same categories, linguistic categories, at the end of the 19th century. So we're talking 5th, 4th century BC, including pragmatics. And then we're talking, and Saussure, after Ferdinand de Saussure, then we start real linguistics, the Paninian version of linguistics. So think about that. Genius.
Okay. Related with Madam Gabriela Nick, Madam also mentioned about Panini, and if you are interested in phonetics, I will refer a book by W.S. Allen, Phonetics in Ancient India. He talks about how phonetics influence and how phonetics is important to be in our curriculum. Now we are directly jump to the grammatical part, but phonetics also has to be given importance. What we are uttering, it is based on phonetics. We have to learn how to pronounce hrasva, dirgha, udatta, anudatta, swara. All this comes under phonetics. Okay. Albert Einstein says that we owe a lot to Indians who taught us how to count, without which no worthwhile scientific discovery could have been made. We know that zero was invention of Bharat, which later traveled to Arabic sources, and again it travels. So I will show you a map of traveling of zero and numbering system from decimal numbering system to other parts. Albert Einstein quoting this point. Overview of literature. Okay. What is IKS? Indian knowledge system or Indian knowledge tradition. What is IKS? IKS refers to indigenous, holistic and multidisciplinary knowledge traditions of Bharat, spanning science, arts, medicine, philosophy, statecraft and more. We know that India was colonized by foreign invaders for thousands of years. When a country is invaded by some country, there is a natural phenomena that to establish a superiority among. It is not only related to India; it is all over the world. In India also, it happened that the greatest culture, greatest history was distorted or presented in the wrong way, because you may be know about ऋग्वेदा. ऋग्वेदा गडरियों का गीत ऐसा उसका अनुमान लगाया गया था. और सरस्वती नाम का एक नदी जो ऋग्वेद में बताया गया, सरस्वती नाम का नदी, इट्स अ मिथोलॉजिकल रिवर, इट वाज नॉट एक्सिस्टेड. इस तरह के आर्यन इन्वेशन थियोरी, also Arya Dravida is making conflict to generate. All these theories was postulated by invaders, those who ruled this country, because at the same time so many historians wholeheartedly welcomed the noble thoughts. I already mentioned about Arnold J. Toynbee and all other historians. So it refers to indigenous, holistic, multidisciplinary and all other subjects related to traditional knowledge system. Okay.
जैसे अभी आपने कहा IKS, is it this abbreviation is given by the government, or is it was mentioned in the history?
It is not given by mention. It is now it is grouped as Indian knowledge system.
It is an academic term.
Academic term.
And it's used internationally. In the States, in Europe, in Japan, here, Indian knowledge system is a uniquely organized system that doesn't exist anywhere. So it deserves its own term.
Any doubt?
No doubt.
Okay. Veda, I will start with Veda. Angani Vedas Chatwaraha. To understand 14 streams of knowledge or 18 streams of knowledge, we have to remember this shloka. Angani Vedas Chatwaraha Mimamsa Nyaya Vistaraha Puranam Dharma Shastrancha Vidya Hyetas Chaturdasha. 4 Vedas. Actually Veda was one. Veda is one, but Badarayana Vyasa, Krishna Dvaipayana classified Vedas into Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharva Veda. To understand Veda, auxiliaries or limbs of Vedas was introduced. It is called Vedangas. Vedangas are 6. Shiksha, I will show you the next slide. Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Jyotisha and Chandas. Okay, Shiksha related to phonetics, Vyakarana relates to, Vyakarana is grammar, Nirukta is etymology, Chandas is prosody, Jyotisha, which also include astronomy and astrology, Kalpa, it is rituals. When I came to this room, we are talking about Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra also part of Kalpa. Shurba Sutra, Dharma Sutra and Kalpa, this is also part of Kalpa. All these knowledge are centering to Veda. Veda.
Give me a second. So the Nirukta that says etymology, this is the one that I was referring to in terms of listing all the authors. Okay, so I was.
Okay. Now again come to this shloka itself. Angani Vedaha Vedas Chatwaraha. There are 4 Vedas. Angani means 6 Vedangas. Mimamsa and Nyaya Vistara. It relates to the philosophical system. Puranam means Purana. We know that there are 18 major Puranas. Madhvayam, Bhadvayam, Chaiva, Vratrayam, Chatushtayam, Napalinga, Kuskani, Puranani, Prathak. There are 18 Puranas listed, and Dharma Shastra, Manusmriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti, all these Smritis comes under Dharma Shastra. Eta Chaturdasha. These are the 14 streams of knowledge. Again, it follows 4 Upavedas. Upavedas, which are Upavedas? Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda and Artha Shastra. Okay. Now it becomes 18 streams of knowledge. Again, it follows 64 arts. Okay, like this, the corpus elaborates. You know that Itihasa, Ramayana and Mahabharata comes under Itihasa category, and Mahabharata is considered as Panchama Veda, 5th Veda. Like the corpus, center of the corpus is Veda, but it elaborates. Okay, 4 Vedas, Rig, Yajus, Sama, Atharva, 6 Vedangas, Shiksha, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chandas, Jyotisha and Kalpa. Upavedas Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, Sthapatya Veda. Ayurveda is medicine, Dhanurveda is warfare, and it is not only related, it is a symbolic representation. It also, wrestling is also part of Dhanurveda. It's also part of, horse training is also part of Dhanurveda. Dhanurveda is not bow and arrow. It's a symbolic representation. Gandharva Veda related to music, and it also related to Natya Shastra. Okay, Sthapatya Veda is architecture, Vastu, which comes under Sthapatya Veda. Additional branches already mentioned: Dharma Shastra, Mimamsa, Nyaya, and Purana.